All right, welcome back today, traders. It is a beautiful and sunny day today here in PA. Sun is shining, birds are chirping, and I'm out here enjoying this beautiful afternoon, what we call life. I apologize, my trades are not on the screen. I passed the val count tonight, got the email at 5:30, and they wiped it. So until you pay, which I'll pay tonight, and I'll have the third funded, so it doesn't show the trade. So I'm just on one of my other funded accounts, just showing where I got in, what I did today. Don't know exactly everything down to the finest detail. I literally sat here all day to trade. How to make 5 grand on this account? I did. Um, Off morning opening, you see London session. We break down off of the Asia from New York, and then just chop in Asia. London, we find a base, break up, and pretty much did the entire day. As you see, we are now. We gapped up what like 50 points, and then we're up another 40. So 9,200 points currently from 6 p.m. open in the past 40 minutes. So very bullish, which is why I was very careful with the shorts. I am more of a reverse trend trader, key level. Take the key levels, previous high, low, short them. So missed this. Was waiting for momentum to, or just a break, because we were red. We did flip back to green, but I was trying to get a push down, and we had momentum in this strong candle. I took a retest of the Bravo, was looking for a push down into the morning actual open. Never got that, or that coincides with the 50. The SMA simple moving average 50. Never got that. And I had a feeling, just given your bullish in nature, we tend to base and break off that Bravo 9, the SMA 20. As you see, we did a lot here today. We did break down below the 50 a little bit, but then we have strong moves back to the upside. So scalped 200 in there, and then I remember taking like 15, 1600 on a short right here. I think I took a little bit somewhere in here on scalps, maybe to the upside. And then I wasn't in too early on this, but we were flickering. But we weren't really getting above this. Was the previous high of the day in this level? We got a little bit above, and then slammed. I got in maybe right around here, I think, as we were starting to break down and we were lower on the purple. So I got in around there. Ended up taking like 15, 1600 on three cons, and just given I had to make 5 grand, I was running like 2 to 3 contracts pretty much all day. There was points at the end of the day I was running 4, um, but at this point I was on the micros up until like almost 4 p.m. close, because I had I noticed in this range I was having trouble getting filled. I was running like 30 micros at a time, and there was time it was only filling like 17 or like 12. So at that point, I did swap over to the minis, so NQ1, what we're on here now. But at this point in the day, where is it at? Okay. At this point in the day, I'm up like 2,500. I just need 2,500 on this account to pass, and this was the final day. I think I scalped some longs in here, not much. We just really weren't getting a big push. I didn't love it. I remember going short in this range because we were not getting strong pushes. I felt we were overextended and due for a pullback. We ended up getting that, but we did chop. We broke down a little bit. I got it like right in here because I remember we weren't completely leveled off, but I had a feeling this was the previous 4 hour high in this range, and I'm like, we're not getting above it. It's the afternoon. 9 times out of 10, and it doesn't always have to happen, but you will get a breakdown. We didn't get much, but enough that I'm running 3 on the NQ or 30 on the micro. It's enough to capture 20, 30 point moves. Again, I only got this much to right here because we were bullish on the entire day as we based around that level. So I took it like right here. And then I only needed like 1,500 at this point. Took about another grand. Could have had another like grand on top of that, so close to it with this push down here. And I was trying to get back in, but I just I didn't love it down here, and I'm like, we're bullish in nature. Like if we push and then you know, I did have a key level or something somewhere down in here. As you see, we did base in here, so looking left from before, I was shooting honestly for this range on this. We never got there. We got this previous 4 hour low. Once we started to base, I remember going long and just scalping like 200, 300 bucks here. Was going long here, and then we got to push above, and this is absolutely wild. Um, and I only passed this account because I hit the $1,000 daily limit yesterday and had to make 5,100 almost today. It was a little bit over 5,000 that I had to hit, like 5,020. And I remember going long again here off of this SMA 50, and I'm thinking, we're gonna push. I'm gonna hit my TP right here, and I was up like $400 right here, and all of a sudden, whoom, I was down like 2,500, 3 grand, and because I was up at this point, like I was up again. I only need like 1,500 more, so on the day, I was up like 3,500. That gave me the wiggle room and saved me, or else I would have been stopped and blown with that $1,000 daily limit that hits. Because on these Apex accounts, they're not truly end of day until you get to the funded, and I believe 2,600 on the funded, and then it's truly end of day. So just being in the market before, I was like, when we get something like that, we're either going to slam and I'm going to be blown and there's nothing that I can do. And I was happy with how I traded. And I remember in this moment, I was detached. And I was like, you know what? If I blow this account, it's been a great run. I was up like 3,500. Actually, I was up at this point close to the 5 grand. It was like 4,300, and I'm like, bro, you traded phenomenal. At this point, we're after 4 p.m. and I knew we do have some things that happen after 4, but this slam down, I was like, yeah, I've been in this before. Like if we don't slam, we're coming back, and we came back. I could have got out, and I'm like, you know, all right, we're gonna push up. But then we slammed back down again in the same candle to about this range. I was down 2,500, and again I was like, well, listen, if it does, come back to this range, I'm just gonna take it, live to see another day. We did end up coming back. I ended up making like $80 to $100 on this, and I just cut it. And I knew we were probably gonna break up, which we did, and we pushed hard. But just given that volatility, you don't know. Like we could have just slammed back down. So I wanted to be cautious, not being far from that target. I didn't catch a lot of this, to be completely honest. Um, just because I was so worried about this, but then I did catch it. And then at one point in this range, I only needed because I didn't have TPs. I was pretty much, I mean, I did have, some, but they were higher up. And I was just trying to close. So there's some slippage when you close. And I had closed when I was right above 5K, like $30 over. And with slippage, I ended up like needing like $10 to $20 more in this range. And then I'm like, we're breaking down on the 1 minute at this point. This is what, 4:30. So if you look at 4:30, the 1 minute, we're breaking down, and I was going long here, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go back. Let's switch, our bias to the short. I got chopped up in here, needed like 400, took a little bit in here, and then was trying to go long here, chopped, lost like 200. I just cut it because I'm like, I don't trust. We could easily break down, and then here I was being very careful. I had a couple minutes left because I'm like, we can go either way. And I'm like, you know what? Wait for this to just kind of break up or down and take that and go with it. Chopped in here like once or twice, and then at this point in time here, I went long. We were, we tend to base off this SMA 50 on the 1 minute as well. And just trying to scalp and play on this time frame. I accepted my fate. And I was just like, again, it's been one great run. On the day, I needed like $300, $400 more. Took two cons, like right here, we reject. I took two more right here, and I'm just like, we pass, we don't. And in back of my mind, I'm just like, I think we're gonna break up, just given we're still teal, we should push up, and we got this lift right here, and I close right here at 458. Make the almost 5,100 on the eval count, took 200 on the funded, so in total 5,300 on the day after spinning my wheels for the last month. And what changed the last couple of days was honestly just a shift in mindset of, okay, if this continues to go on, we're just gonna push through it, and trust my system. And I was getting back that I'd seen the past couple of days, getting back these scalps and getting back to scalping and trusting myself and my system. And this was God today. I'm not gonna lie. While it's me here sitting the buttons, I was truly being guided today, and I believe it was divine intervention with just the $86 left on the account, the $1,000 daily loss limit helping me instead of hurting me yesterday, and then just really just really putting God first over the last month, and trusting Him and this system, and that I'm here for a reason, and that I've passed 5 accounts for a reason. So that's what we did today, and it's just crazy how it all worked, even with this huge drop. This afternoon just slammed down. Just absolutely wild here. And just given how everything works, that's why I say it's that. But this is why I say, people, it's if you have an edge, like I said, that I do believe I have, and we have with our system and our levels, and all of our different kind of indicators, they aren't, proprietary from me. They are, really other people's indicators. But if you have an edge and have a system, this just goes to show you trust it. And over a long period of time, over 100, 200, 300 trades, if you stay disciplined and stay patient and stick to your system, you're going to win out. You're going to have those big days. And we were talking about that the last month. And I even said something about the pressure. This is like the third eval account that I passed in the final day. So I need to, definitely talk to myself as there must be news going on right now. As you see in live time, why I talk about it can be very volatile. I don't know what's going on, but that's a 115-point move. But yes, trust yourself, trust your system. If you have an edge, stick to it. Just stay disciplined and patient, and you will win out. So we have 2 fundeds close to payout. Now have a third funded. I'm going to stay ultra disciplined and patient, sniper-like, wait for my system, my setups, trust in it, because over a long period of time, we're going to have more of these days. So thank you for tuning in. At the end of the day, you will go through a lot of ups and downs. You have to trust the faith, trust the journey, trust the Lord, and continue to move forward each and every day, even though when times feel like you're just spinning wheels, as I felt the last month, and all of a sudden, boom, you start to take off again. And I'm not going to get ahead of myself or get overconfident in any way. Some of this today was luck, but again, traded pretty well to make 5,100 on all these scalps. So traded pretty well. We're going to stay disciplined and, more important, patient. The market does not reward activity, it rewards patience. So we're going to do that going forward and continue to do that. Just got back to myself that mindset of, hey, I am a funded and profitable trader, and I can do this, and we did it. So thank you for tuning in. Hope you like and subscribe if you found any value. I know I rambled on a little bit, but just an absolute wild day. I want to touch upon some of the mental aspects as well after what I've been going through, as I've shared in a couple videos beforehand, and this just goes to show your head may be bloodied, but it is never bowed. Continue to move forward, continue to pick yourself up, and if you don't quit, you will continue to win out. So thank you for tuning in today. Appreciate you all. Stay up, stay blessed, stay positive. Make it happen.